Now, Riley then, I guess at some point, decided to drive out to Eric July's great-grandfather's tombstone and says, I pissed on the grave but didn't take a picture because I don't want it used against me in court, which I assume is just a joke, but whatever. And then posts like a Pokemon Go thing. And I mentioned that because Riley really wants to get involved in this because he's a fat mongoloid. I mentioned that I got the little detail about whose headstone it was wrong, as if it fucking matters if it's his grandfather or great-grandfather. So Dick decided to go through me talking about him, talking about the Rippaverse shit, and pick it apart line by line for 13 minutes and expose me as the neurotic fraud that I am, who cannot get a single fact straight, who lies to my audience continuously, telling them that Isom is his grandfather's name and not his great-grandfather's name. And so I have decided that the best way to respond to this is to, of course, play his reaction in full and go line by line over that. Let's begin, chat.
Y'all gon' make me. Y'all gon' make me. Y'all gon' make me. Y'all gon' make me. Let me show you how to scratch it.
13 minutes. 13 minutes sped up 2,687% to fit it under 30 seconds, chat. That's what we're doing. Obviously, I don't give a fuck. This is all bullshit. And Dick is desperate for attention. I don't know why. He's like 40 years old. He's been in LA for like 20 fucking years making pitches at this point. He should not be vying for the attention of me in particular so much that he's going to dedicate like a third of his show to combing over Maddie to find weird tidbits that I get wrong. As if anyone could ever possibly give a fuck about whose tombstone it is. It's in his family. That's all that matters. Someone visited his family's tombstone, whose significance is to the comic because it's named after him, to try and intimidate Eric July or aggravate him or something. And obviously that's not okay because that's fucking weird. The only thing that I'll respond to is this. Nobody on the forum did shit like this to people.
Yeah.
And
okay. Taking a picture.
It's not funny.
It's
the reason. It's not funny.
You're right. It's not funny. The reaction is funny.
I mean, who's a professional comedian?
Who is currently...
Okay, so his response to that, to me telling him it's not funny, is actually, it is funny because I'm a professional comedian. Because I've been doing this for 40 fucking years. I'm now a decrepit old man crypt keeper. And I've been doing this for for as long as you've been alive. Therefore, I get to declare it funny. Vito, however, makes a blunder here. Obviously, I'm checkmated by that masterful comment by Dick Masterson, also known as Juju the Cow. Vito Gasaldi, Christopher Gasaldi, the pedophile, decides to blunder, fuck up his whole operation, and counter it with this.
Who is currently podcasting to 1,000 people.
Dick laughs extra hard to that because he realizes the mistake of his pedophile co-host at that moment. Because you see, apparently, and Vito, I thought the entire time that Vito was the one who's listening to Maddie for Dick Masterson's benefit. Apparently, it's Dick that's doing it himself, because Vito would know if he was actually clipping my shit that I stream to more than 1,000 people when I do my lives, which I try not to brag about, but in this instance, Dick, despite having apparently $30,000 in monthly income from Patreon, streams to an audience of like 200 people per day. But Vito was very proud of that. He thinks that's a very successful metric. Well, far be it from me to rub my dick across Vito's face, because if it's just a dick measuring contest in terms of numbers, I think I have you beat. Maybe I'm more of an authority on what's funny than Vito, according to his own metrics. Though I'm not a professional comedian. I've never raped a child in Hollywood, so I don't get to decide that. Unregistered firearms at my house for 5 says, did you see Dax Ferreira, aka Juju the Cow, aka Dick Masterson, crying on Twitter about people on KF help competitions to dox Ralph and Keffels, and that people in his thread want to kill him? He also said he'd host underage revenge porn if someone didn't name names, but probably troll count. Yeah, he's taking lines directly from retards on Twitter because he's desperate to get a win at this point. Very fucking sad. He's like genuinely pathetic. He's like a 40-year-old that can't blend in with the young people yelling at each other on YouTube, but he still wants to be cool. So he's like trying to involve himself any way he can. And this is what it looks like. It's like him going on stream and saying like, Josh got the tombstone wrong. And also this person on Twitter told me this. It's like he's just trying to get me to react to it. And it's really obvious. He's really late to this fucking game.